It's live, and we're at a new year, right? 2025. Okay, so everybody that I didn't send a message to, Happy New Year. Okay, because I can't message every single person on my page. It's just too many people. You know, and I messaged some. I see some on last night. I sent some messages. But anybody that I didn't wish a Happy New Year's to, or, on here, or I didn't text, Happy New Year, and I hope the best. I want to make this fast today, like always. I want to get to the point of things that have happened in the previous week. This is why I do this once a week. Something I didn't touch up on the last time I did this a few days ago on Christmas was the acts that have been going on, specifically in New York City. We have immigrants that are just lighting homeless people or random people on fire. This is like the new thing going on. This is the whole reason why we have to close the borders in this country, is to keep the immigrants out of this country. If you're illegal and you are found to have a clean record, and you might be a good person and you're coming here to do good things, you'll be allowed to come in this country. Otherwise, you won't be allowed to come in this country. And the thing is we're continuing to let people in this country until Trump takes office that are doing insane criminal acts, like lighting people on fire. Okay. So also last night we had an incident in Louisiana for New Year's where some moron went and drove into a crowd, killed 10 people, got out of his vehicle, started shooting. Then he was taken care of after that. But another piece of trash. And again, we could say, why do these people do these things? And then we could sit here and like all these other shows. Damn, I almost just killed myself. So, inhaling something. So we can wonder why these people do these things. Okay, so it comes down to mentally disturbed. The brain is off. The brain function is off, okay? It's plain and simple. I mean, people actually do shows for an hour at a time, dissecting a story like what happened last night in Louisiana, and just going back and forth with people. How can this happen? Why did this happen? And, the same shit over and over again. I mean, it's just, whether it's a school shooting, whether it's somebody driving into a crowd of people, whether it's lighting somebody on fire, there's something wrong with the person that performed those acts, okay? Mental illness, angry person that just went nuts and took it out on people, a guy that was picked on his whole life, guy that couldn't get laid, and he got angry and it built up and he went berserk. Who knows the rhyme or reason, okay? But at the end of the day, it's something where the brain just was not working correctly when they performed these acts, okay? So get the illegal immigrants out of this fucking country immediately, and that will actually be happening in a couple of weeks. Okay, we're going to get all this trash out of here, and now we're going to go to an important subject, because it just shows what this country is a lot. They hype certain people up, and they make it like certain people are so good and so good-natured people, and then they don't talk about their past. They don't, but they smear President Trump all the time. I mean, that's something that never ends. They just keep making up bullshit lie after bullshit lie. This woman says he raped me by looking at me a certain way. I mean, come on, dude. Like, so much bullshit. And they, let's just go toward President Trump because he's against our evil, corrupted, money-making agenda. Because he's got billions of dollars and he's a businessman and he doesn't need to make illegal money like the rest of us have in our careers. But let's not focus on a real story. So let's talk about the Peanut Man, Jimmy Carter, okay? One time he was a president of the United States, and he was a bad president of the United States, okay? And even when he was out of office, he continued to do some really shitty things, okay? So, we can highlight this. We could highlight this in many ways. So it starts off where, we could go to 1979 with the hostage incident in Iran, where he never was able to work out a deal to bring our hostages back to this country. Amazingly, like, he couldn't do anything, or he wouldn't just send our troops over there to, bomb the shit out of that place. That was taken care of when he was out of office. The hostages came back to us. That's a failed segment of his presidency. The Panama Canal. I mean, that's a joke. You're giving our canal, a United States owned property, to fucking Panama? Are you fucking kidding me? This is the problem. Like, you see these non-America first acts done by so many people in the office, whether, presidents, or just bad deeds done by other people in Congress or whatever, where they're found, doing deals with other countries, money sharing, money laundering, whatever you want to call it. But another act of where, the Panama Canal is our property, and then you're just handing it over to Panama. Here it is. This is your canal now. And this is why President Trump is coming and going to get it back, because it should have never left here. It should have never been given to Panama. Just another act of trying to make another country more powerful than your own country. And probably, I'm sure, some money deal was worked out with that, or money was thrown that way toward him. And, it's all about, making more money, right? Like, again, you look at these people's salaries, and they don't make much of shit, in the House or presidents. Like, Trump's actually not taking a penny while he's in office, because he doesn't need it. But these other guys, even, if they take money while they're in office, it's a very minimal salary. So then they're looking at other ways that they want to make money, even if it's corrupted. Those are two awful deeds that he performed while he was actually in office, okay? Let's talk about his relationship with Hamas, okay, which continued when he was out of office. There's pictures of him with Hamas all over the internet, meeting, shaking hands with a terrorist group, okay? This is a terrorist group. And Jimmy Carter is put up on this high pedestal that he's like this super humanitarian, great human being, and he's out there shaking hands with fucking terrorists. So, anybody that's from Israel that's that's Jewish, I don't think they're a fan of Jimmy Carter. That's why you're seeing a lot of hate posts, a lot of hate videos toward Jimmy Carter. Again, when you associate with a terrorist group, I don't know how you're getting all this fucking praise of being such a great humanitarian. That's another part of his legacy, or whatever little bit of legacy he has, that's smeared. Okay. So then, we could say, he did some good stuff, right? Like, he built homes with his wife for people that, were not financially stable. They didn't have money. They were broke. They needed homes to live. He helped, the black community. He got big into the churches when he was, later in life. He was a born again Christian. Maybe he felt like he needed to do these things because of all the bad shit that he did in the past. And again, I put him in the same stable of the majority, sadly, of presidents, especially that were, say, true political, like, presidents, the two best presidents, or two of the best presidents. Trump is the best, obviously, in my eyes. Ronald Reagan was a great president. Not true politicians at all, right? Just businessmen that made a lot of money and, got into politics, wanted to become president to do better things for this country, not steal money, not fucking money launder like some of these other scumbags, making other countries more powerful while making our country weaker just so they can make more money. It's fucking common sense. Now, if every single president that ever was in existence of the United States of America did right, again, regardless of what party they're affiliated with, I would compliment them. But as history states, and anybody could go and look into this, there's a lot of bad people that were presidents, and this is Republicans, Democrats. George W. Bush, definitely not a good president, okay? And he was fucking Republican. He's another scumbag, okay? So, and these are globalists. These are people that have the mindset of, we'll make deals with other countries to make our pockets richer. I know I said this 20 times already, but this is the way it is. Instead of just making our country better, and then still saying like, oh yeah, the United States of America, we're on the top, we're the best country in the world. I don't know, maybe if you compare us to other countries, maybe we are the top country still. Maybe we are the best if you're comparing us to other countries, but that's not really saying much because there's been so much bad shit that's been done in this country over the last 20 years, I would say, especially the last 4 years for sure, when we have an imposter in the White House, a guy that didn't even win the election in 2020. And again, that will be shown very shortly. And all the smearing on Trump for never conceding the 2020 election, there was a reason for that, because he never fucking lost it, okay? And he knows he didn't fucking lose it. And he says the reason why he went back and he came back in 2024 is because he knows that he won that election. It was stolen. He said if he knows that he handedly lost that election, he probably never would have tried to come back and become president again. But obviously there were things installed this time that they were not going to let a steal occur again. And that's what happened. There was no steal. The groundwork, the ground game, the people working inside. Again, I still say that there's people in the higher courts. They knew exactly what happened in 2020. They made sure that they weren't going to let this happen again in 2024. For the president that's going to be installed January 20th, 2025, which is the great Donald J. Trump. Okay, so Jimmy Carter, I didn't wish death on the guy. Okay, I'm not jumping up for joy and doing jumping jacks and jerking off that he's dead. At the same time, I'm just letting everybody know that this guy was an overhyped, not good person. I mean, again, maybe he did some good deeds in life, again, maybe at later stages. But when you're associating and shaking hands with terrorist organizations like Hamas, and you're giving our property, our United States property, the Panama Canal, to Panama, and not even, again, working out deals where you can get our hostages back over into this country, or if they don't give us the hostages, you just simply go and bomb that fucking place, Iran at the time, and then you make sure that they give us our fucking hostages back. But he did absolutely nothing in those instances, which is why he's deemed as one of the most awful presidents of all time. And like Donald Trump will tell you, he's lucky that the imposter Joe Biden, which again was never technically really the president, that will be shown, but for now, while everybody thinks it, is the worst president in United States history, and Jimmy Carter's behind him. But being as classy of a man as Trump is, of course he releases a press release and says what a really good man Jimmy Carter is, and no matter what his politics were, which he didn't agree with any of it, that he was still a good man, and he was doing good things. And also, let's not forget, in 2019, when Jimmy Carter came out and said, if we investigate the 2016 election, we would see that Russia was involved in helping Donald Trump win. Obviously, that was already put to rest. That's Russia. That was started by Hillary Clinton and some of the other trash in the deep state. And Jimmy Carter just fed into it. He said, no, Trump did not win. Investigate it and you'll see that Russia was involved in the election. More fake news, more bullshit. Another reason why Jimmy Carter is a piece of shit. Okay? And again, I didn't wish death on the old man. Okay? The little peanut man. Okay? I didn't laugh when I saw that he died. But at the same time, like I said, I recognize people that have done good and people that have done bad in this world. And Jimmy Carter has done more bad than he has done good. Okay? And that's the facts. This is nothing that I'm making up. This is the facts. So anybody that doesn't like my posts, that I called him a fucking hillbilly fuck and this and that, I don't give a fuck. Okay? Because I'm just stating the truth of a bad human being. Okay? And again, like I said, maybe he did a few good things. Big deal. Okay? It doesn't compensate for the other bad things that he truly did. And again, when you watch a lot of this fake news media in this country, they just like highlight it like he's like this great human being. They'll do the same thing when Sleepy Joe Biden shits the bed. They'll do the same thing when Barack Obama shits the bed and George W. Bush. These fucking people are not good people. Okay? They're not good people. They've done a lot of bad things, and money laundering is at the top of the list. It's at the top of the list. This is how, you work deals, you get money thrown back at you, and then you go and you buy more mansions, you buy more cars, you buy more dildos to shove in your ass. Whatever you want to do, this is what happens with that extra money, okay? So now, let me see. Let me get off of that, okay? Now, last night, we celebrated the new year, right? 2025. Oh, yeah, everything's going to be magical and great, just like every year. I mean, with Trump coming back in office, it is. It's going to be more magical than it's been in a long time, that's for sure. And The great Donald Trump had, his New Year's celebration. I wish I was there at Mar-a-Lago. I know a few people that were there. It's hard to get into that. You know what I'm saying? So I was not there. I was home with the family chilling out. And, but you had, some great people in that party last night. Elon Musk, Ted Cruz, Roger Stone, my guy. He's a great person. Oh yeah, but the media will tell you how bad he is, and he's broke all these laws, and he's a criminal, and that opposite of that actually. But they had CeeLo Green performing. Wow, CeeLo Green. That's kind of an awkward act to me to perform for New Year's, but whatever. I like CeeLo. I like Goody Mob, so I don't know all the songs he sang, but I know he was there and he was performing, and there was a lot of other people there. As well. JD Vance, our vice president, was in the house for the New Year's celebration. So, in a few weeks, Trump's going to be going to DC, the swamp, to try to, make it clean for good. We will miss him here in Fort Lauderdale, in this area, in South Florida area, because Palm Beach is so close to where I live. Mar-a-Lago is so close. Talking about a 30-minute ride, 95 north, 30 to 35 minutes. He's been here a lot these last 4 years. He's been enjoying the property, Trump International Golf Course, Mar-a-Lago. He's been enjoying his free time, golfing and, having big parties and, big dinners and big get-togethers, all in the end run of winning the election again and, helping this country become better. So we will miss him here on a consistent basis for the next 4 years, but, he's still going to come down and he's going to, have his time off, and he's going to, have his parties on weekends sometimes, and, he'll still be around. He's just not going to be around as much the next 4 years. Which is, it's fine though, because, hey, to take care of this country and to make things better, he's going to have to go to DC to do that, and that's really it. There's nothing else I really want to touch on. I'll go to sports real quick. Being a Raiders fan, Brock Bowers, what a phenomenal year for Brock Bowers. I mean, he keeps breaking records. Broke the Raiders' all-time reception record for one season over Darren Waller. He broke the all-time rookie tight end yardage record over Mike Ditka for one season for a rookie, and then he also broke the most catches in NFL history for a rookie in one season over Nakua from the Rams. So, I mean, 3 records, and he actually has a chance going into this last week, if he gets 9 more catches, that he will break Zach Ertz's all-time receptions mark for tight ends in one season. So he's at 108 right now, Brock Bowers. Zach Ertz is 117, so he needs... Zach Ertz is 116. Okay. So he needs 8 to tie him, and he needs 9 to break the record for most receptions for a tight end in one season in NFL history. So this guy was a great pick for the Raiders. I mean, everybody or a lot of people they had to trade up for a quarterback. Oh, they missed Michael Penix and all this shit. Brock Bowers is the best player in last year's draft. Probably, bar injury, if he stays healthy, is going to be one of the best players in NFL history. I mean, this guy is already an animal, and he just turned 22 years old as a rookie. So, I mean, he's got a long career, and God willing, hopefully he stays healthy. I mean, this is a guy, he's a catching machine, running with the ball after the catch. He's hard to bring down. He's hard to defend. It was a great pick for the Raiders, and it's a good thing that he fell to us, especially knowing that Davante Adams was on his way out the door. And, he was a replacement as far as production-wise for Davante Adams, that's for sure. So I'm proud of that guy, and I'm proud that we drafted him in Las Vegas. So anyway, hey, if you don't like my feelings on Jimmy Carter, I really don't give a flying fuck. Sorry, you know what I'm saying? And Jerry, love you. So anyway, Happy New Year to everybody, okay? Enjoy the new year. Try to do things right. Try to moderate things. Don't abuse things. Don't, if you drink, don't abuse it. If you do drugs, don't do it at all. If you eat a lot of shitty food, try to moderate it. Try to be as healthy as you possibly could be. If you smoke, don't do it. just cut certain things out that are gonna help you in the long run, and you know, prolong your life and make you a better person. And you know, I would tell that to anybody, including myself, which, you know, I need to improve also. I mean, there's, you know, things I need to improve even in my diet, which are improving year by year. But I mean, I would, you know, I definitely need to continue to improve, you know, to make things even better. I mean, they say nobody's perfect, so I mean, I'm definitely not perfect. So anyway, that's it. I'm out, and I can't really think of anything else I can't think of anything else I want to talk about. So happy New Year. All right.